Let's see if this helps. Okay, guys. I am excited to be here with you for a do-it-yourself class. Donnell and I have put together a list of things that are good, and this month we're talking about relaxing and immunity. We're talking about our immune system, and it's very important when you have an immune system to keep it built up. Everyone has an immune system, but for us to keep it built up, we need to not be stressed all the time. So one of the things that we've talked about that you can do to be less stressed is to take baths in bath salts. And we have an essential oil that has been so promising to people. It's very, very popular. It's called, we've only had it for 2 years. It's a blend, and it's a adaptive. And the adaptive was designed to help us relax. They don't have this on the market all the time, but they put it on the Christmas market, an adaptive bath, a gel that I can use in the shower. And I've been using it every day. It's very calming, very relaxing. The nickname for this is Calming Blend. And that's really what it does. It helps keep us calm. So if we're anxious and we're worried about things, that's when we need to do something to take care of ourselves. And we can take care of ourselves by a nice soaking bath. So I'm going to show you how to make this, and it's not hard. I'm hoping I can figure out how to show you on this Zoom. I have everything here to my side. So you're going to need a big bowl. So there's my big bowl. I'm going to set it right in front of me. And I've put 2 recipes out. I've put a small batch recipe and a large batch recipe. And I think I'm going to do the small batch right now because I think it'll be easier to show you by doing a small batch. Now, what I've noticed is that it calls for the same amount of carrier oil, which the carrier oil can be coconut oil, almond oil, or habiba oil. So any carrier oil of your choice. You could use olive oil. The reason I don't like to use olive oil is because if you store it for very long, it gets rancid. And I have not had that problem with the fractionated coconut oil, and doTERRA sells the fractionated coconut oil. So I use the doTERRA fractionated coconut oil. It's right here. And I've already got it pre-measured. But I've noticed that it says 2 tablespoons for the small batch and 2 tablespoons for the large batch. And I made so much bath salts for Donnell's wedding. We gave it as gifts at her reception. So we had, I don't know, hundreds of little bath salts made for everyone. And I noticed that the more oil I got in it, it didn't keep as well. So I would recommend you use less than what I'm going to show you because I'm going to go by this recipe. But if you don't like that, these recipes, you can just adjust them. And when I put the recipe out on Wednesday, because I'm going to have that posted for you on Wednesday. Also, I think it's Wednesday. Also, it doesn't say to add baking soda, but you can always put some baking soda in your bath salts. Just a little bit, doesn't matter. There's not a big science to it. And the reason why you would want to put baking soda is some people, if anyone has a little bit of trouble with skin irritation, the baking soda is supposed to help with that skin irritation. And I know this box is brand new and it's not open. So I'm going to try to open it here. So when I start making my mix, I don't have to do it then. So I don't know if you do bath salts or not. I really did not do a lot of things like this. But there's so many different recipes you can use, and I'll have all those different blends for you. For me, I have used lemongrass for probably 5 years in my bath water. I'm not currently getting in bathtubs because I injured my knee So that's why I told you about this shower gel. You can get shower gel from doTERRA. And even though you can't get the adaptive all the time, you can also get the bars of soap that have essential oils in them. So Citrus Bliss is uplifting, balance, helps keep you stable. There's different varieties of bath bars that you can get, and those are also awesome. But today we're making the bath bomb, bath salts. Bath salts stress reliever. And this one starts with 1/2 cup of your choice. Now I'm going to show you of salts. This one is Himalayan salt. And this particular one, I paid a lot for, like $12.99 for this one. How much is it? 1 pound. There's 1 pound in here. So when I go to someplace like the Dollar Tree, I look to see if they have Himalayan salt, because it's $1 there. And sometimes you'll get this size bottle for $1, but it's not there all the time. So that's the reason I try to pick it up and have it on hand. Epsom salt you can get just about anywhere, but you can also get it at the Dollar Tree. And what you want to watch is to not get something that's already pre-fragrance. And sometimes you can get tricked. I got tricked just the other day. So I was so excited that I found this Dead Sea salt. It does not say, it says relaxing Dead Sea bath salts. It does not say it has a flavor. When I opened it, I immediately smelled a flavor. It really opens me up, but it has eucalyptus, rosemary, and peppermint, which that's great, except that when you're wanting pure, you want to make sure you use pure. And when you get a blend like this, you don't know what it is. I mean, this one says it has aloe and vitamin E, which all sounds great. But remember that when you're picking up something like this, and if it has the word fragrance on it, under the word fragrance, there could be up to 3,000 things that they're not required by law to put on the label. So especially if you're a person that has sensitive skin, make sure that you use natural. So today we're just going to do the Epsom salt. We could do Epsom salt and another salt. We can do whichever, but today we're going to do this. And the recipe, this one's just Epsom salt. And the recipe went away. And it calls for 1/2 cup salt, and it can be any salt. So I'm going to use the Epsom salt just because that's easy. I usually use a blend, so there's nothing wrong with using a blend. I usually put some of each. So 1/2 cup is not very much, but it's a nice, if you just want to do a one-time thing, then you can just do 1/2 cup. But typically I do, even though I'm not today, I typically do this whole bowl full, like because I take it to trade shows and that sort of thing. So I've put 1/2 cup of that in there. And then I have pre-measured the fractionated coconut oil, which is 2 tablespoons. And then I'm supposed to put, how many drops? 6 to 8 drops of pure essential oil. Now, if you're not using pure essential oil, if you don't know it's pure, it's going to take more. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, it's not a science, so if more got in there, it's okay. That came out really fast. Now, I'm just going to take this and get it all mixed up. Look how simple it is to make bath salts. So you can add different things like Dead Sea salt. It's very good. Now see, that is more oily than I really like it. So I would, and the interesting thing is that when you go to the larger recipe that I'm giving you all, it's 4 cups of Epsom salt and 2 tablespoons of carrier oil and 1 cup of Dead Sea salt or Himalayan, whichever one. So that's calling for 5 cups, and it has the same amount of the carrier oil. So that concerned me. So that's up to you. If you're using it immediately when you're making a small batch like that, this one, you can definitely use it immediately and it wouldn't be a problem. Now, how do you store? Well, if you store it in something like this, it would be ready to use. You could store it in just a tall decorative jar and put close to your bathroom. So this, you could use magic marker and write on what it is. But we can just fill that full like that. And that would be about the amount that you would want to use in bath water right there. So if I can probably get 3 of these out of this. Those probably good. Yeah, let's see how many I get out of it. I don't know if I really would get 3, but I think it's going to be a little bit more than 3. But honestly, that's about the size you need to put in your bath water. So let's see how many I get. I have a little bit more than 3, so I might pack them down a little bit more than 2. So I'll pack it down a little bit. That is so easy, you guys, so easy. So we bring you ideas to do that aren't hard. And a bath, a soaking bath is good for us. When we do that, we're going to feel better and it's going to make life easier to tackle because, you know, it hasn't been easy this year. It hasn't been easy for anyone. Adaptive is a blend that you're going to love. If you do not have adaptive, there's many things you can use. You could use the oil called Balance. You could use an oil called Elevation. You could, these are blends. You could use Serenity, which helps you to sleep. And so you could do the very same thing I just did and do it with Serenity, which has lavender in it and helps you sleep well. So you could take that just before you went to bed. Remember, if you wanted to add the soda, if you have sensitive skin. So when you're using peppermint, peppermint will wake you up and get you going, motivate. If you want to get woken up and get going, that's something that's right. Sorry about that. If you want to be motivated and get up and get going, use Motivate. Then I'm also going to send you some blends. Bergamot is always nice. It can be called bergamot or bergamot. If you have congestion, there's different blends you can use for that. So I will leave it at that. And it's been fun to bring you and do it yourself. And I hope you've enjoyed it. And I thank you very much.